Officialwatches.co.uk, proud sponsors of Ultimate Challenge.
Welcome to UCMMA 30 Breakdown. I'm with my good old mate, O'Donnell and Grant Waterman. And this guy knows everything there is to know about mixed martial arts and
not a lot.
and UK.
Yeah.
Now, Grant, first thing, I mean, the event's this Saturday. How pumped are people?
6th of October, you know, we've just had a cracking UFC recently. A huge card with loads of UK fighters on it. Most of those UK fighters started their careers on Cage Rage or UCMMA. This is the place to be. The fight card this time is stacked as always. The undercard is fantastic, some future stars just waiting to break through. But the main card that will be shown on Sky is off the hook.
Off the hook. I mean, some of the fights. Let's talk about the first UK one fight. Quite a late fight, but Andre McIntyre, the last time he stepped in that cage, he brought power, he brought experience, and he brought brutality.
Do you know, I wish Andre would fight more often. We don't see him stepping in the cage or the ring that often. He is getting on a little bit, but he still possesses real underestimated power in his kicks and punches.
3 times world champion. 3 times Muay Thai world champion. And let me tell you, people, if he wins his fight, he is going to be challenging the one, the only, Louis KO King. But he's got a massive test. Yeah. Aurelius Kerp, who has fought main event across the country on some of the top cards.
Yeah, all over the UK. It's always, it's not dodgy, but you never know with these guys with strange names what their true background is. Kerp has been around the block. His stand-up is unquestionable. He's fought Linton Vassell for a title, which he unfortunately lost. You know, Kerp's a real deal, but
Kerp in his interview said, "You're too old. You're too slow, and you ain't got enough power to deal with Aurelius."
Well, I think, you know, again, talk. McIntyre is getting on, but if he's trained well for this fight, he'll show everyone that he is.
Let me tell you, the RSPC need to be called, because that old dog is going to show some new people some hard tricks. Anyway, then we move on to the middleweight tournament, which is getting proper ropey at the moment. It's all gone, all this fight, you start off with a tournament, that's why I hate tournaments. You start off with 8 great men, 4 great men, and it goes down and down. But let me tell you, now is the time. Yes, you're talking about Jason the Assassin Radcliffe, and we couldn't find a matchup for him because the guy pulled out who was 6-0. But the Warrior Island bit, him and Jimmy started pushing on, and that's where it all come about.
Jimmy Justice Miller. You know, Jason Radcliffe is scary. You look at him, he's an absolute massive middleweight. I don't know what he cuts from, something, you know, 96 to 100 kilos, down to 84 kilos. He's taken on Jimmy Justice Miller, who actually has grown a lot as a fighter in the past 12 months. He's won a title on a different promotion. How credible that is, you know, we don't know, but he's still, he's got a belt. He's got a belt.
It was an 8-man tournament, so, you know, he's done 4 men.
He's used to fighting in tournaments. However, he is a small middleweight. He's fought welterweight before. He's a master of nutrition. He cuts, he goes up and he goes down.
Listen, he was a world-class bodybuilder. Yeah. You see the picture of him back in the day, he was like ripped, just like me. Anyway, moving on. Let's go to Mojo. Now, no one knows much about this Mojo.
Well, I know a little bit about him.
So do I, I've heard.
Mojo. He's Russian. He's a world-class Thai boxer. Dave, I saw this guy get undressed to warm up at another show. I saw him get undressed, sounds dodgy. But he took his shorts off, he took his jogging bottoms off. His legs are like that. I mean, this guy...
Louis has got his work out of it. Everybody knows Louis KO King. The guy is an absolute smashing machine. But if it starts to move on into the later rounds, who knows? So Louis got a first hard fight, a real hard fight.
And I'll say it again. Well, this is an MMA fight, isn't it?
MMA fight, Louis' first MMA fight.
Louis King's fighting his first MMA fight. Andy Mojo is a Thai boxer. This is going to be an MMA fight that stays standing, which is what everyone loves, of course. Louis King's going to come to bang. Andy Mojo's come to bang. Louis King, again, is a massive fighter. He cuts weight. Mojo, he might be a little bit too small for him. And fighting in a cage...
It's going to be a train wreck, whichever way you take it.
It is. There will be fireworks.
But... in this corner, moving on to the heavyweights, and this is a stacked heavyweight. There's heavyweights everywhere. But Paul Taylor takes on Carl Kingslow. Now, Carl Kingslow used to be a welterweight, a middleweight, a light heavyweight, and now he's heavyweight. Normally they go down, but he's sick of dieting, he's going up.
Well, a lot, you know, dieting, cutting weight, it works for some people, it doesn't work for others. Some people just don't feel as though they've got the power, the energy. It messes with their mind as well.
That's what happened to Ben Smith, exactly what Ben said.
Dieting. Yeah, if you've been a big, powerful guy and you drop down and you haven't got the same strength, it can affect you mentally. Let's just see what he's got to offer at heavyweight.
Let's see what he's got to offer, but remember, Paul Taylor is coming off a smashing knockout, so anything can happen. But talking about heavyweights, let's talk about UK1 and the biggest heavyweights in the country. They are Big Thomas Savinsky takes on the ex-basketball player Shay Perry, and this is a stand-up UK1 title. Someone is walking away with gold round their waist, but Grant,
David.
Get some seatbelts in for the auditorium.
Well, get some seatbelts in, buckle up, hold on. It's not going to last long. You know, you can't predict with these fights exactly how long they're going to last, but I'll lay money this doesn't go more than a round.
No. First man on the chin, the first man who gets touched on the chin, they're going to go out.
I think Chavinsky, he is destined for greatness. When he first started, he had no gas. He was just a big fat
170 odd kilos.
Yeah, he went away and he has dedicated his life to training, nutrition, MMA and K1. Look at the shape now. He's 6 foot, whatever he is, massive, and he's got a six-pack. Muscles coming all over the place. And from the guys I hear that he trains with, just says he's just so dedicated. He's an
But Shay Perry has got the reach. He's got the speed.
6'6".
He's got the speed, he's got the youth on his side. Everything is in Shay Perry's corner.
Hunger.
And hunger is there. There can only be one. Remember, Shay Perry versus Big Thomas. It's coming your way. Oh, we're nearly at the end. These fights just get better. When you talk about it, you start realising how good. Then you've got the heavyweight title. Let's talk heavyweight title. Big, huge, in fact, Darren Powerhouse Towler from up north. He's coming down here to show the Londoners what it's all about.
Do you know what? People moan sometimes, oh, there's not many big guys on a fight card. Just have a look at the 6th of October. It's heavyweight, light heavyweight.
Oh, mate. It's going to be a massive card. But he takes on Damon Lake. Now, if you don't know about Damon Lake, this is an absolute animal on the ground and standing. And Damon has already built a belt cabinet ready for the belt.
Ready for the belt.
Ready for the belt. That's how confident he is. So, mate, that's another war. And the winner, remember, in December the 1st, takes on our very own Neil the Goliath Grove. I knew you knew that.
Well, Neil Grove's making his comeback. You know, he's been away, he's done a few bits and bobs, travelled about, he's been working on Bellator as a commentator. I hope Neil Groves comes back.
He's training already.
And he's got... You remember the first fight we saw him on Cage Rage, Wembley Arena? He came in and sparked out none other than...
James the Colossus Thompson.
James
Thompson. That Alzheimer's does set in a little bit early these days. Well, but let's talk about... that's that fight. There's so many fights. We're running out of time. Producer, stay there. We're nearly done. This one is Jake Brutal Boswick taking on Luke the Sniper Signs. It's a K1 title, catch weight 80 kilos, a super title fight. Grant.
Well,
3 minutes.
Bostwick is just an animal. He's found his ideal weight, 77 kilos. This is a little bit of a catch weight contest.
Help him out a bit more.
80 kilos. He hasn't got to cut so much. Luke Signs is natural at that weight. He's got underestimated power. But I think Bostwick has just grown. He's really become a true fighter now. He's a champion.
Just remember one thing. One kick, Dean Amazinga, collapse. That's the power that Luke Signs has got as well. So both these guys possess awesome power. People, if you are not there, if you haven't got a ticket, shame on you. From Grant Waterman every Wednesday on Sky Sports Cage Fight. From Dave O'Donnell, who's just there in the background, helping my old mate. We'll see you next time. And people, remember, October the 6th, don't you dare miss it.